Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for this eyeshadow look today, I'm doing this gray semi-smoky eye. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. First thing first, I'm the realist. First things first, I'm taking Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I'm taking this warm brown shade. And this is my first time using this shade actually, but it's a really pretty warm brown, and I'm placing that into my crease, and I'm going a little bit up above it because it's going to help with the rest of the shadows that I placed down. Next, I'm going to go into that same palette and use the orange shade, and I'm placing that right on top of where I placed the brown shade. It's going to help with my blending purposes, and it's also going to help me blend when I'm ready to apply my brow bone highlight color. And I'm just going to be alternating between the first shadow that I placed and the orange shade that I placed. Next, I'm going to my Prism palette, and I'm going to take the black shade and I'm placing that into my crease to give the crease and the whole entire look more depth. And also I'm going to blend it to my outer V area and just sweeping it down to my lid. Like I said before, I'm going to be going back and forth into those first two shades I used. So I'm going back in with that deep warm brown shade, and I'm just using that shade to blend out the black, because you don't want to see the harsh lines where one eyeshadow starts and where one shadow ends. You just all want it to flow together. Next, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn, and I'm going to use that to kind of, well, you can say, cut my crease. And I'm just using a small detailing brush. And as you can see, I keep looking up. That's where I know where my eyelids fold, so the concealer won't transfer, and I know exactly where to cut the crease. And then I'm just going to blend the previous black that I had in with my concealer, so that can blend together. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I think this is the 3 palette.
Jumanji, rated PG-13. Early screenings available for Amazon Prime members.
This is a shade that I have never touched in this palette. It's a few shades that I never touched in the palette, and I'm just figured I'd do a look using a shade that I wouldn't necessarily, reach for. But it turned out good. So then I'm going to go back in with the black shade that I took from the Prism palette, and I'm going in with a really small Morphe detailed brush, and I'm just placing the black just in case the gray kind of overshadowed. So I'm just adding more depth into the shade, and then with no extra product on my brush, I'm just blending that out. And then I'm also going to sweep, and I didn't use liner with this look, so I just used the same black shadow and kind of blended the black onto my lash line, just to add a little bit depth into the look. Going back in with the Prism palette, I'm going to take the shade Unity, and this is probably the only shade I like out the palette, really. It gives me a nice highlight on my brow bone. without it being too much. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to place that on the highest point of my brow and blend downwards. And then with no extra product on the brush that I use, which is the same brush I use the orange shade on, I'm just going to blend those together. Then I'm going to go back into the black to add more depth because it kind of blended away. I don't know how I feel about this Prism palette. I don't know. And then I'm just making sure that I don't have any harsh lines, really concentrating in the corner. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Kajal liner. I'm not even sure if they sell this anymore, but I had it for a while. And I'm just placing that on my lower lash line, and I'm blending it, like basically putting it into my lower lashes. And I'm just going to blend out with the same black eyeshadow that I used. Oh, nope, I lied. I used a black from the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. It's the shade right next to that smoky gray color. Then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Galaxy palette and I'm going to go into, I'll put the shade down in the description, I'm not sure, but I use that shade to put on the inner corner of my eye. It's kind of white, but it has like gold into it. There was two white shades in the palette. One was like a silver, and then the other was like it had a gold in it, and that's what I used to highlight the inner corner of my eye. So I have primed my face already with Fenty Beauty primer. I didn't use the foundation. I took the foundation back. So after I used the primer, I went ahead and set with my Laura Mercier Medium Deep Translucent Powder. And then the foundation that I returned my Fenty Beauty for is for my trusty Lancome Tint Idol. And then the shade that I got is 530 Suede C, because the Rihanna foundation, I don't know, it was working for a while and then it was turned too yellow. So I really didn't, I don't know. And then the shades are still out of stock, so instead of just waiting, I just went ahead with Lancome. I had a Lancome foundation before and it was too dark, but I still wore it. But this time I just wanted to find my correct shade. So 530C is working perfectly for me. The shade I had before was 540. And it blended really nicely into the skin, and I like the way it dries. So that's the foundation that I used. Then I went back in with my medium deep translucent powder to just quickly set a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty. I feel like I said Fenty Beauty a lot. The Matchstick in Espresso, I use that to contour. Then I'm going to blend that out. And I contour my face differently now. Instead of doing my whole forehead, I just do the sides because my face is already so fat and round. And then I take my contour higher, a bit higher. And I also contour the my lower jawline. And for my concealer, I used Sephora. So I'm just placing that on the areas where I normally highlight, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender. That face is so ugly. Ew. Once again, I'm going to set the areas where I highlighted with my Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. For my bronzer, I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown bronzer, and I believe the shade is Deep 4. And I'm just placing that kind of on top of my contour, but I'm blending it a little bit above it, and that's just going to blend out my contour. Next, I'm going to take my Nicka K Contour Duo, and I'm going to use the darkest shade to set my contour stick by Fenty Beauty. And then I'm also going to go back into back with the brush that I used to bronze to just finish blending out my contour. To contour my nose, I'm going to go in with the same Nicka K Contour Duo, but I'm going to use the lightest shade. I use it in like all my videos, and I use that shade to contour my nose. I like the shade because it's warm and it's not too dark. Now to set my entire face, bring everything together, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in the shade 40 Dark. And I'm just blending that. I'm using that all over my face. And this is going to help, you know, blend in my highlight, the areas where I highlighted. My contour is just going to bring, you know, back my natural tone into my face. So I've already applied my mascara, and I'm going back into that Vice 3 palette to use that black shimmer shade, and I'm just reapplying the black onto my lower lash line and kind of blending it into my lashes. So this is the eye look finished. So this is a new product that I came out with. This is my Illuminator Roller Balls from Her Cosmetics. And that's a swatch of one of my shades. This is the darkest shade that I have for now. This one is called Gilded, and it's a bronzy gold. It is really beautiful. I have 3 shades. So what you do is you just roll it on your face like you are applying a perfume. You can blend out with your finger, or you can blend out with the brush. I'm going to do both in this video. I personally like blending with my finger, but sometimes you can get carried away with it. So if you want to just like put it in a certain area, then you can go ahead and use like the round highlighter brush. I think this brush is from e.l.f. and it will really, you know, place the highlighter where you want it to be placed. But then you can just always go ahead and blend out with your finger. Either way works really well, so it's your preference. But these are so pigmented, and they retail for $10.99. If you sign up to my site now, you will receive 10% off. Once you sign up, you'll get that code automatically. So I'm just using that down the bridge of my nose and then blending out. And I think I applied a little bit more because you just want to apply a little at a time. You don't want to, you know, you'll be looking like a snow globe or something, or, you know. But I didn't apply any at the tip of my nose. I just applied it on my cupid's bow, my cheekbones, and the bridge, down the bridge of my nose. So yeah, these are the Illuminator Roller Balls. Her Cosmetics did it first. This is the completed look. For my lips, I used my lip glaze in Princess, and I took that same brown Kajal eyeliner and I used that to line my lips as well. This is the completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll link all my business information down below in the description bar. Bye guys, and thanks for watching.